It sucks to be a white American. Now hold on, give me a chance, let me explain. I want you to think of the kind of person who would put on a White Lives Matter sticker on the back of their Ford pickup. Why do they do that? Is it all racism? Well, yeah. But I think it goes a lot deeper than that. White Americans basically have no culture, not in the same way we see other people. And we white people, we know this inherently, and it scares us. We know we have our regional cultures. Our cities, our sports teams, and families all give us our regional culture, but being white basically means nothing, or generally at least nothing positive. White people throughout American history are almost always seen on the side of the oppressors. Not all white people, but most of us. And this sucks to learn. It's even harder to internalize. And it's why white people usually don't accept this, because it makes us feel a deep sense of guilt. I think it's why white people say nonsense like, I can't be racist, I have black friends. Sure, you probably don't see black people as objects, but you're refusing to accept the role our people have had in their oppression. That guilt we feel is our responsibility for the actions of our ancestors. It's why white people refuse to say that black people deserve reparation, because it admits our guilt. But black people deserve reparations. It just makes sense logically. You can sue someone for scratching your car, but black people can't sue the American government for the enslavement of their people. My people are arresting and deporting Mexican families from this country. Think about that. We are telling people that they are not allowed on the land we stole. Let's go a step further. White people stole a sacred land site from the people indigenous to this land, and then carved 4 white people's faces on it, most of which were slave owners. I mean, Mount Rushmore is a place that we look at and we're like, oh cool, giant faces. But to other people, it's a giant form of oppression, and admitting that and coming to terms with that sucks. We suck, dude. My people really and truly suck. Not all of us contributed to this oppression, but we are all a part of it. And this will mostly sound like virtue signaling. It will mostly sound like, look at how rough we are. But there is a reality to admitting this guilt and being honest with it. Because white people are afraid to do this. And we're afraid to admit it because my people are weak. White people are weak. We have power we have given ourselves and put down the cultures that are stronger than us because we know that we're weak. If white Americans were oppressed the same way black, native, or Mexican American people are, we would crack like glass. Our culture and identity as white people is so meaningless that we do everything in our power to keep other people down so that we don't break from having someone else on top. I think that's why you see white Americans championing white pride, not just out of ignorance or racism, but it's because they are scared. They're scared to come to terms with their guilt, scared to admit they're wrong, and terrified to acknowledge that we may have all the societal, economic, and political power, but as a people we are weak. But this isn't the way it has to be forever. I have hope that one day my people will finally take responsibility for what we have done. I hope that we'll collectively accept our role in the oppression of our non-white brothers and sisters and finally take action. And it will take the action of us white folks. It's not just non-white people that have to fight for their rights. It's us too fighting for them because our cross to bear is being born white. Being born with the skin color of the oppressors means that we have to fight to be nothing like them. We're not near that right now. America is in a tumultuous stage where it very much does not feel like white people are acknowledging where they went wrong. But I want to have hope, and I refuse to accept that one day justice won't prevail. Collectively, we can all shed the shadow of oppression and share this place together. And that's the message I want to end with. I want to be hopeful that one day oppression will be something taught in history class, something that we don't have to see ourselves in. That's what I hope. Anyway, I want to be optimistic in the end. Anyway, that's it. Thanks.
White folks are beginning to come out loud and clear to declare that they are more They are more positioned. They are more of advantage than any other color. Because come to think of it, when you say supremacist, when you say white privilege, those words are not just grammar. They means something. They mean a lot. It's like giving a platform to the white folks in America to have success speedily, faster than any other folks. That is what it means. But a lot of palm colored people would always say, "Oh, does it really matter? Does it exist? It doesn't really matter. We are the same." But there are some honest white folks that have been coming out lately, and such is the video we just watched. And I'm still going to show you a couple of others, and I want you to watch carefully and critically so that we can begin our conversation after you've watched, because these things do exist and they exist to favor some set of people. Well, some white folks are honest enough to admit and they are beginning to point out that this shouldn't be. Let's go watch out this video. I'll be right back. Credits are given to all content in this video. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back.
This might be a hot take, but when we say white privilege, we don't mean that your life is easy. White privilege simply means that the color of your skin doesn't make your life harder. For instance, if you are someone who has darker skin, there are systemic issues that prevent you from achieving success in many instances. If you want to go to an elite university or get a high-paying job, statistically, you are less likely to get the position as a white person, even having the exact same experience. And if a person of color does get the position, they are then told that the only reason they did was because of DEI or affirmative action. People with darker skin are more likely to be arrested, incarcerated for long periods of time, and wrongfully convicted. And they're more likely to live in poverty because of unfair housing practices and other methods of discrimination. If you truly understand what white privilege is, there is no reason to get offended when someone brings up this topic, because they aren't saying anything about you or your character. What this term means is that in such a diverse society, your skin color is not a barrier to success, and you are set up for success much better than any person of color, because America was built on white supremacy to favor white people.
White men are the mental health problem in this country. Jim Crow, white men. Slavery, white men. Segregation, white men. Concentration camps for Asian Americans in the late 30s and early 40s. 1,800 people died. How many black people were hung from trees? 8,000. Let me guess. Oh yeah, once again, white men. The gun violence? 98% are men. 84% are white men, U.S. citizens. I see a trend. How about the Middle Passage where 1.2 African Americans died? Oh yeah, once again, white men. Why was the Second Amendment written? Let me think. So black people couldn't have their freedoms. So the white men could once again control them. Who's in the White House? An adjudicated rapist, convicted felon white man. Wow, I see a trend. But somehow Americans are just begging to blame a trans person, a non-white person. See, what happened to George Floyd is symbolic of what's happening in this country. The white man putting his knee on the neck of a non-white person and sitting there in broad daylight with the balls to say, who's going to stop me? And that's what we're seeing right now. So that's the question that we need to ask ourselves as a fucking country. Who's going to stop them? Because I'm just one person here. Now, I don't know about you, but I got friends and family that are sitting behind the white privilege, and I want nothing to do with them. Not because of who they are, because their lack of action. Martin Luther King said, history is going to remember not the people that did bad things, but the good people that stood by and did nothing. Because once again, the white man is hiding behind their privilege while everybody else is getting treated like absolute fucking garbage. Because it doesn't affect me. You don't even want to go on a general strike to stop fascism. Oh, I can't work. Oh, I got a job. White man is the mental health crisis in the United States of America. It has been since day one. When you look at the majority of them, what do you see? A bunch of insecure little wannabe alpha males with small penises that need big trucks and guns to feel like a real man. That's the real problem, is toxic masculinity. That the white man feels unable to shit on everyone's rights just because of how they look. It's ironic, isn't it, that they demonize black people because they're black on the outside, and yet their hearts are black on the inside. Isn't that ironic? And every single time we see a mass shooting, they're just salivating on the white supremacist red hatters to say, oh my gosh, it was an immigrant, it was a trans person, it was a gay people. 84% of gun violence is white men. But when it happens, like at the church the other day, what happens? Oh, thoughts and prayers. But what happened with the racist podcaster? Oh, they were just dying for it to be somebody on the left so they can just blame somebody else. A white man. The Catholic, the church yesterday. A white man. 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 Ahmaud Arbery. Guess what? 3 white men that chased out a black guy. Breonna Taylor. Oh, a white cop. Again and again and again and again and again. It's the same demographic. White men are the problem in this fucking country. And until we address the real mental health epidemic, which is white supremacy built on white men controlling people, because that's how this country was designed, for 21-year-old landowning white men to shit on everybody else. This country was designed to benefit my demographic, and that is not okay. That is the original sin of this country. And until we address it, we will never be a great country, and we haven't been a great country. And if you don't like that, then you can ship.
Don't be offended. Don't take it as, hey, you're being insulted. You're being insulted. No. It is the reality on ground. That's what she said. The lady said, hey, these things do exist to favor the white folks. And she's just saying that, hey, whenever there's an argument that says white privilege and all of that, that you shouldn't be offended. Just take it as the fact, the reality that is on ground. And you may not be benefiting, but don't say that it does not exist. That's what this white beautiful lady was saying. And she nailed it. For me, I feel that the time has come for all of these things to be said the way it is, and for those that this thing is benefiting to begin to, own up. Why shy away from the reality? Why shy away from the fact? A lot of Americans are saying that there are a lot of things, a lot of areas, a lot of places, a lot of benefits that when any black folks get there, they'll tell them, because it's not for you. That's the word. It's not for you. And when they say, what do you mean it's not for me? I'm an American. They say, no, for non-white. If you're non-white, you can get it. And some will say, in the case whereby anybody gets a job or a position that is good, they say it's because of DEI. And guess what now? DEI has been removed. So now the chances of a black folk getting a good job, a good position, or whatsoever, it's going to be more difficult. Why? Because the body language of this present administration is A, take off DEI. A, white privilege is back. They can see in government parastatal, they assign an executive order that they should roll back, they should remove DEI. So all the private, places like toilet and all that, those things are back. The separation of people, toilets, public places to use, it is back. So that's what we are saying, that the body language of this present administration supports white privilege, supports everything that is white. That's what it is. And we can't shy away and say we don't want to talk about it when it is existing. As a matter of fact, from the videos you just watched, the people that are speaking about it are palm colored people, and they are saying these things do exist. Don't shy away. Don't do as if you're not aware, and don't do as if you're not benefiting from it. If you are a white palm colored person, own up. Enjoy it because it is existing, but don't do as if when the topic is brought up, you're offended. No, don't do that, because this is existing and you are benefiting. The fact that you're not speaking shows that you love it and you're benefiting from it. And that's what this lady was saying. That if you do not really like it, we're going to speak up against it. Let that be a plain, level ground be given to everybody based on merit, based on what you deserve, what you merit. But hey, that time is gone. That's what I feel. That's my opinion anyway. That time is gone because this present regime is not playing about that. It's obvious from the policies, from what it has been turning out as policies. You can see it's not. The time is gone whereby you say, "Hey, let's speak about it. Let's speak against it." No, it's gone. Guys, what do you think about this? This is my view. This is my honest view. This is my perception. I want to hear what your view and your perception is concerning this issue, concerning white privilege. Is it existing? Have you been treated in any way? because you're non-white or you're white, you get something faster. Let the conversation begin. Tell us your experience. Tell us what you feel. Tell us what you went through just because of these policies. Because I would like to aid. Thank you guys for watching and waiting to this time. And I want to say thank you to everybody that's been liking and subscribing. And of course, someone gave me a gift, and I want to say thank you for that gift. I'm grateful. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Until I come your way again, stay in peace, stay in love, avoid trouble. Bye.